This week has been way less intense, and for that I'm pretty grateful.
Didn't I make you laugh? Didn't I make you smile? Didn't I make you feel like you were happy for a while? Didn't I make you laugh? Didn't I make you smile? Didn't I make you feel like you were happy for a while?
Hello Zebras, welcome back to my weekly recap on living life with EDS. This week, like I said, has been less intense than the last couple of weeks, and I'm feeling really grateful about that. I definitely needed some sort of break and time to just chill out after all the crazy procedures I've had done the last few weeks, and just take some time for myself to recover a bit. Although I said that this week has been less intense, Monday started off as quite a busy day. So I firstly had to arrange a blood test because we believe that I'm pretty deficient in minerals and vitamins, especially B12. That seems to be quite a common one with EDS patients. There are ways to rectify this by taking supplements, or some EDS patients find they have a lot of success with B12 injections, which I would definitely be open to. I also found out this week that one of my grandparents is a carrier for something called hemochromatosis. You have too much iron in your blood and it can cause a lot of organ issues if not treated. I think in some cases it can be fatal, so I definitely need to be checked for that. Unfortunately, the thing with hemochromatosis is that a lot of the symptoms overlap with my EDS symptoms, so I could be experiencing issues, but I just have no idea about it. So I'll talk to you a little bit more about that closer to the time if I get tested for it. What is hemochromatosis exactly? But that was something that I learned about this week. I didn't know. I also got a blue badge. Look what I got today. Blue badge. Good stuff. That's finally. If you aren't from the UK, I don't know if you have something similar in the country you're from, but a blue badge basically is something that you stick in the front of your car and it lets you park in disabled spots. To get a blue badge you have to go through a lot of different things to apply, but because I got something called PIP recently, this enabled me to be able to apply for a blue badge, which is definitely gonna help in the long run. It snowed, which isn't great. No. No. I have a driving lesson in like less than an hour. No, thank you. We stop now. My joints definitely seem to suffer a lot more in the cold. I don't know whether it's the cold gets trapped in the joints, it just hurts them way more, so that wasn't great. My mum also ordered me some pill capsules. Now I've talked a little bit about this already on the channel, that I use something called CBD oil to help combat the pain that I live in every day. Unfortunately, something that a lot of people complain about with CBD oil is it doesn't have a particularly very nice taste, and especially if I'm feeling super nauseated, it doesn't really want to entice me to take it. So my mum ordered these capsules online for me to put the oil in and take that way. I haven't tried it yet, but definitely a really great idea. I don't think I have enough CBD oil to fill all these anyway, but that's definitely gonna help. They came from this place, purecapsules.co.uk. On Tuesday I had a bit of a mix-up. A few weeks ago I rung one of the various hospitals that I visited to tell them that I wouldn't be coming to an appointment. I left it as a voicemail. Stupid me, probably should have kept on ringing till I got through to someone. But appointment came and went. It was to do with a pain clinic, which I kind of turned down after the initial meeting because what they were asking me to do was ridiculous, basically. And we thought it would be much better for me to try and get on a pain clinic much closer to home. Although I still wanted to be under the specialist, because this specialist is known for being one of the best in this country for dealing with EDS and hypermobility. In fact, she helped write the 27 criteria, so she definitely knows her stuff. So it was definitely important for me to stay on her books, and I got a letter through saying that they'd discharged me back to my GP. Right, I've just received a letter in the post from the rheumatology department in London. Her and they've just sent me a letter now saying that I missed my appointment and now they're returning me to my GP, even though that I told them. So I'm really, really unhappy about that. I'm going to call them right now and be like, what are you playing at? Oh, okay, so they've discharged me from the pain clinic element, which is what I wanted anyway, because I went down to London maybe before Christmas for an assessment on the pain management programme, and what they were asking me to do was travel back and forward to London. Was it 3 days a week or something like that? Back and forward 3 days a week to the pain management clinic. I would have to be there for like 10 o'clock. So I would need to leave my house at like 6 a.m. and the pain management programme didn't finish till 4:15, so I'd have to travel home again, and that's too much for anybody, let alone someone with a chronic condition, because I live 4 hours away from London. So yeah, I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not participating in that. So I actually got offered something closer to home, which I'm working towards. But I really wanted to stay under Dr. Kaz because she is one of the best doctors for Ehlers-Danlos in the country. Luckily managed to sort it, as you saw, but yeah, little mini heart attack for the day. No, it was just a whole other battle I just really couldn't be bothered with. So it worked out alright in the end. On Wednesday, I don't actually have any footage for Wednesday because I didn't do anything. But my boyfriend did bring me this. This is a huge, huge bag of Lush products. I have found recently that baths have really helped me. Now I have to be really careful taking baths because I have POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia, and it can be brought on, especially with heat. So it's dangerous for me to take hot baths because I could potentially pass out and drown. Not great. But I definitely have found that like these lukewarm baths that I've been taking with like lots of salts, Epsom salts, Lush products have definitely helped me to relax. Oh, it's raining. Helped me to relax, and also have kind of helped a little bit with pain. So I was actually going to do a separate video on the Lush products, but I think I'll show you some of the things I got because they're mostly duplicates. So this is a unicorn horn. It makes bubbles. So if you want a really bubbly bath, use a bra for the Valentine's range. It smells like lavender. I hate lavender, but I really like this because it's obviously, I don't know what it's mixed with, but it smells quite sweet. And it lasts for ages. I'm still on my first one of these. I think I've had four baths with it already, and there's still like a huge chunk left, so that's great. I got a couple of these. These are also limited edition bath bombs from the Valentine's range. It's called Love Boat, and it kind of smells like, I think they're called Swizzlers here in the UK. They're like these tiny powdery sweets, but I think they're called Smarties in the US. So it's very powdery sweet. It's really nice. And I think when you put it in the water, it dissolves, and there's like glitter inside it, and little love hearts. I think little love hearts at the bottom. This is my all-time favourite bath bomb. This is called Dragon Egg, and it smells like lemon. I love citrus flavoured things. Oh, it smells so good. Last different product he picked up was Intergalactic, which is pretty much their staple bath bomb, I would say. Like, this is one of the really popular ones, and it basically makes your bath look like galaxy. And it kind of smells a bit like, not mint as in like peppermint, more like a sort of dentist mint, if that sounds kind of weird, but it's really, I got it in my mouth. It doesn't taste as good as it smells. So I asked him to pick up pretty much 2 of everything because I've had so many baths recently that I have gone through pretty much my entire store of Lush products. So I needed some more. Not paid by Lush. I really wish I was. Oh my god. Just my honest opinion. But yeah, these Lush products have definitely been helping me so much recently with my aching legs in particular. Baths have definitely helped with that. On Wednesday, I also got a confirmation through from the cardiology department that I requested an appointment with, just confirming that they received my referral, and it's probably going to be a few weeks yet before I actually get an appointment. But we're moving in the right direction, so that's really good news. Vinny also came over on Wednesday, like I said, but apart from that, nothing really else to report on Wednesday. On Thursday, Vinny and I really wanted to go and see the film Coco, which is a Pixar film, because you know me by now, you know that I am a huge Pixar fan. In fact, I actually did a video on my Pixar collection, so if you want to watch that, have a look down below. Yeah, we tried to go and see this movie. Unfortunately, where I live, it's really far from town, so we have to get buses. It's quite a faff, especially with a disability, but we really wanted to go and see it. Unfortunately, the bus just didn't show up. Apparently there was roadworks that we didn't know about, and the bus just didn't show up. It went down a different route, so we gave up, and we had a bit of a mooch around in a shop. I picked up a few candles, which definitely, again, help with the relaxation, keeping calm, all that sort of good stuff. But it was disappointing because we really want to see it, so I think we're going to go and try and see it again next week, hopefully second time lucky.
Disabled people need the cinema too.
Yes,
And
that's
me.
right. Disabled people deserve the cinema as well. I also received my gastro results for the gastric emptying study that I did. The gastric emptying study has shown normal esophageal transit to the stomach. Initial gastric emptying was only slightly faster than normal. Blah 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 blah. There is no evidence of gastroparesis.
That is the terminology they don't use.
How do you know? The pattern of the gastric emptying study would suggest there is more of a sensory/functional dyspepsia end of
Blah,
the
blah,
spectrum.
blah.
Whatever that means.
Blah,
So
blah, 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 blah.
back to square one, isn't
Blah, blah, blah.
it? Nobody knows what's wrong with me.
I know what's wrong with you.
How
Everything.
dare you? So it might sound silly, but in a way I'm kind of disappointed about the result. Not that I wanted something to be seriously wrong, but doctors like physical proof of issues and problems, and I just really hope that this specialist isn't going to do what the others have done and just discharge me because there isn't a visible issue. Because there is an issue, because I can't eat, I'm not putting on weight. I don't know, we will have to see what he has to say in an actual consultation. I only have one of his tests left to do. It feels like the Hunger Games or something, all these different tests I have to pass through. And then on Friday was kind of an interesting day. So I woke up with quite a lot of stomach pain, and I did what I would normally do, is take something for it. So I would either take some CBD oil or some codeine, which I've got left. I'm trying to be careful with codeine because it has given me bad migraines in the past, but this pain was really, really bad, and I really needed to take something. I had pretty much woken up, so I hadn't eaten anything, and I'm guessing because I took the larger dose on an empty stomach, something just went wrong. And I guess within 20 minutes, I was starting to get the feeling that I would normally get on a higher dose. I get like a bit of a funny feeling in my legs, like they get a bit weak. And sometimes I feel a little bit drunk on it because it's quite a hefty dose, but this kind of escalated past that, and it was to the point where I couldn't really open my eyes. I wasn't really with it. It was really bizarre, and I couldn't sit up by myself. I was like a rag doll. I was really floppy. My boyfriend had to carry me downstairs because I couldn't even like sit up by myself. It was bizarre because that's never happened to me before. I've never had an issue like that with codeine. So I guess if you're taking codeine, just be aware, be careful, take it with food. I went to see my GP on Friday as well, and we had a bit of a follow-up of what happened last week, where I was in quite a low, depressed mood. I saw a psychologist, and they wrote me back and suggested that maybe I start some antidepressants, not forever, but just to like help keep my serotonin level up. The way that my GP described it was because my body is under so much pressure with all the physical pain, it's using up all the serotonin to try and feel better, and there's none left, basically. So that's what's making my mood really, really low. So we're starting off very low on something called citalopram. If you've had any experience with citalopram, let me know in the comments below. I know people who take it and have done well with it, so I guess we'll just have to see what happens, but I've got a review for that in a couple of weeks, so I guess I will let you know how I get on with that. And I booked to go and visit some family in a couple of weeks. Vinny and I are going down to Wales to see my grandparents. celebrate Chinese New Year with them. I haven't been to stay with my grandparents for a while, but I have a really good bond with them and a really close bond with them, and I think going to get some new change of scenery for a little bit and some fresh air and by the sea, because they live by the sea, I think that's going to do us a world of good. So that's going to be great. We're going to be travelling on the train, a couple of trains, with my wheelchair, so I will try and document that as best as I can, because it's going to be interesting. I don't really like taking my wheelchair on public transport, especially trains, so yeah, I'll let you know all about that as well. So like I said, this week was a lot calmer than last week, thank goodness. Let me know down below in the comment section what you did this week. I would love to know. And I guess until next week, guys, take care, stay safe, and have a good week. See you next time. Bye.